Hi guys, Jack here, and today I'm bringing you a guide to The Last of Us Multiplayer. I've completed both journeys on PlayStation 3, so I think I can give you some pretty good tips on how you can survive the 12 weeks for the Hunters and the Fireflies to get yourself those trophies, those gold trophies, which are very difficult and time-consuming to get. So number one, you need to make sure that you take it slow. This isn't like Battlefield or Call of Duty. You need to make sure you take it slow. Make sure you use the listen. Um, this is very helpful. You'll see me use it a few times in this video. You can see people through walls, but also be aware that people can also see you through walls. If you're running around, then you're easily going to get picked off, so make sure you just take it slow, use the listen, be aware of, like, the people around you, and also your team. Which brings me on to my next point, teamwork. Teamwork is very important. I chose this gameplay specifically because I started off on my own and then saw that everyone else was kind of working together, so I went into my luckily I spawned near them, so and then we kind of like stayed as a four. And if you do that, you're gonna have no problems whatsoever. You're gonna be able to revive each other, you're gonna be able to help each other out and cover each other. Because if you're on your own, you're just gonna get your team losses, and on game mode like supply raid, like we're playing now, you only have a certain number of respawns. So if you're just the one getting killed, then you're just gonna ruin the game for your team, and like they're gonna probably be pretty annoyed at you. So also, if you do, you can have a mic as well. That's very helpful. Um, One of the easy ways to get parts to fulfill your daily like supply need is you need to make sure that you're building and building things. For example, like the bombs or like med packs. Make sure you're building things because every time you build one, most of the time you'll get one supply toward your daily count. In my video, I think that it is, yeah, it's 48 I need to get, and you'll see I surpass 48 by using that as well. On top of that, make sure that you buy things. You get parts which are above the daily supplies needed. They're on grey on the screen. Just spend those. They don't matter like outside, and they'll reset every time you go into a new game. So it's really important that you spend those, and it will really help you out. You can buy armor, and the most important thing is to buy upgrades for your guns, which will help you. It'll increase ammo size, reload speed, and also the fire rate. So make sure you're getting those. You can also buy ammo with them. And if you have selected one, I haven't selected one because it uses up a customization point. You're going to want to make sure that you choose. You can also spend it on like a gun, like a machine gun or a double-barrel shotgun, which are very powerful and can easily kill your opponents. But once they run out of ammo, they're gone. So spend your points, spend your parts wisely. Next, okay, so the biggest part that you often lose in your 12 weeks is going to be when you have the challenges. So you want to make sure you do easy challenges first. Basically, once a week, which is once every 7 games, it will come up with a challenge saying like mord or attack, or maybe there'll be a disease outbreak. You want to make sure that the ones that don't... Okay, there's going to be 2 types. There's going to be one where people in your party, like people in your clan will die, and there's going to be one where it will just increase people in your clan. The one where you increase the people in your clan, you want to do the most difficult ones there. For example, I did like reviving people because usually people get killed before you can revive them. So, but if I didn't manage to revive anyone, it wouldn't matter because I don't lose anyone. I just gain people if I do manage to do it. However, there are some challenges like Marauder Attack where you will actually lose people in your clan. So, if you lose people in your clan, you're going to, well, you'll lose different percentages, but later on you can lose up to 100% of people. So, if you lose 100%, you're going to have to start the whole 12 weeks again, and you'll have to do like 50 odd matches to get your 12 weeks. Actually, it's not that, it's like 84 matches. So you do not want to have to start again, especially if there's one, I think, in the last couple of days, just before you get the trophy. So make sure that you save the easy challenges for that. For example, getting like 3 kills with a certain type of gun over 3 games. That's an extremely easy one that is best to save for when you have a risk of losing people. So next, Make sure you use Covert Ops. That's a perk that not many people seem to know about, but basically, Covert Ops has two stages. Once you use it enough, you'll unlock the second stage of Covert Ops. In the second stage, you can once you crouch, people can't see you using the listen mode, so they can't see you through walls, and you're basically like a ghost, like if you're crouching. Unless you're sprinting, if you sprint, they can see you on the minimap. But if you're crouching and just walking around, they will have no idea you're there, and it's a very useful perk that not many people seem to know about, so I think it's quite important just to say about how you can really improve your scores, and people will have no idea that you're there if you use Covert Ops Stage 2. There's also Stage 3, but it's unnecessary to use Stage 3 really. It doesn't really help, because when you're customizing your loadout, it will use up points that you can spend on other things, like another weapon or an attachment like a silencer, which will also keep you invisible on the map. So don't worry if people die in your clan. You'll eventually get to the point, maybe a few weeks in, where you won't be able to reach the amount of daily supplies, and people will start to get sick and hungry, and they'll die, and you'll start to lose people. Don't worry if that happens, it's nothing to be stressed about. All it means is that once they do die, you'll have a less amount of supplies to get, so it'll be a lot easier for you to supply for them. So the only thing you need to worry about is losing people in attacks where you can lose up to 100% of them, because then you'll have to start 12 weeks again. So this is just like a side thing, which I think is really good fun. Make sure you add your Facebook friends, because it will name people in your clan random names, and it will say what they're doing. For example, it will say something like Steven Meniano is cleaning fish, or like Charlie Yates is skinning a deer. So if you add your Facebook friends, then it will replace the fake names with real names like Charlie Yates, Steven Meniano, who are on my friends list. That's quite fun. Also, if you do lose people in Moroder attack, it will let you choose who you want to be killed. So you're gonna have difficult, or maybe not so difficult, choice of deciding who dies and who lives. So sorry, Steven, but you're gonna get killed by some Marauders. Obviously, the strategy per game depends on the game mode you're playing. So if you're playing Survivors, you don't have any respawn, and I think there's 4 rounds. Whoever gets to 4 rounds first, with people still alive. Basically, the first team that's wiped out per round loses. That's like a very important one to stick together, because you can cover each other and you can easily defend each other. Yeah, obviously I just said that. You can revive each other, and yeah, that's it basically. On Supply Raid, which is the one you're seeing now, it's similar, but it's not as important. It is based on your respawns, so every time you die, it does take away a respawn, and the first team to reach 0 respawns and for their team to be wiped out will lose. So it's best to keep together on there, but as long as you're setting down bombs and keep basically protecting yourself, you should be alright. And then the final, and my favourite game mode, excuse me, is Interrogation. Interrogation, this is a good one to play on your own, because you don't necessarily need to be with other people, because it doesn't count on respawns or anything like that. As long as you're playing it safe and covering other people, you should be fine, because usually when you down someone, you do a normal takedown on them, and that will just like give you some extra points. But in Interrogation, you interrogate them, and this is like a normal execution, but it'll take longer. You'll see executions in here. It's like in this gameplay, it's when you press triangle on them and you do some kind of special animation. I think there's one coming up actually where I hit him with some wood. So that's pretty good fun. So in an interrogation, you've got a little. It takes, I think, double the time to execute someone, and so you have to be careful and be aware of whether there's other enemies around. Sometimes it's best just to execute them and just shoot them if there's other enemies around, because otherwise they might get revived, and then you're gonna have to fight an extra enemy. You can see here on the game of Supply Raid, we're just traveling around, making sure that bombs aren't gonna kill us and healing each other. So there's certain perks to heal each other. So you're gonna want to use those if you're playing with friends, because it just helps to make a better team, especially if someone else doesn't have a med pack. So yeah, that's that. That's my tips and tricks for surviving the 12 weeks as either Hunters of the Fireflies in The Last of Us Remastered or The Last of Us on PS3. I'm quite enjoying The Last of Us. It's definitely on multiplayer. It's much better in 60 frames, and it just seems a lot smoother. So, pretty good game. If you wanna play it, I highly recommend it. And yeah, I hope you just enjoy watching this last guy get taken out and Molotov to the face. Have a good day, and I'll see you on my next video.
Okay, got it. I need a minute.